It's Sunday Nights with Odi Fitzgerald on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas. Now here's Odi.
Well, hello there, and you are very welcome. Sunday Nights with me, Odi Fitzgerald. Yeah, I get the... I know I like to say that my show starts off the week. You know, I do. I like to say that. I like to say that my show is the first show that you're going to hear. Sunday starts the week, but I will take being the last show of the week. The last show of the week where you're going to allow me to indulge a little bit. Oh, yes. You know, it's times like this, I feel very happy to be here. I'm just going to let this play a little bit in the background. You know, I like it. 312 electoral college votes. We can all celebrate because the Donald, he just went and did it. He made it back into the White House. Yes. You know, people could be giving out to me. I don't care. I want to hear your thoughts tonight. You can get me on the Common Sense Retirement Planning text line, 71307. And there was a lot of common sense this week. Yes, there was. Sing it, James. Oh, we'll drop it down. The WRD talk line, that's open as well. 800-905-0989. Just going to let James in the background there a little bit. Anybody on Facebook, if you're tuned in, sorry, I can't play James Brown on the Facebook, but, you know, it's there. It has been a week. It has been I was down at Bimini's with the crew on Tuesday night, and I was watching all of the red votes coming in. And I just, in my heart of hearts, I was like, okay, it's looking good. But when I go to bed tonight, what's going to happen? So I didn't go to sleep until about 12 o'clock, and it was still looking good, and he was still in the lead. And then all of a sudden, I woke up on Wednesday morning. There you go. Donald is back in the White House. Not in there yet, but he's the president-elect. Here's the thing. Maybe you can tell me this. So he's the president-elect, but he's the former president, and you can still call the former president the president. So what are we going with? Are we going with the president? You know, I don't know. On the text line, shout out to Kid Flaccid. Trump wins, and America wins. There you go. You see, it's right there. Odi, you're just going to have to start at 7 p.m. because of the time. Someone says I need to start at 7 p.m. because of the time changes. It's messed everything up, and it's too late now, and I'm too early, and, you know, I can't do that. There's shows on at 7 o'clock. Look, if you want to text in the boss man and say maybe you only need to start at 7, go right ahead. Just to help you say that there was a spider in the studio is possessed. The spider? I don't know if I have a spider in the studio. Listen. We're all a little bit giddy. We're all a little bit hyper. We're all a little bit, you know, we're just having fun. Everybody's having a great time. And a Facebook user said, now we need Odi to run for South Carolina governor. Okay. I don't know who that is. You know, could be anybody. For some reason, the Facebook names aren't coming up. So you're remaining anonymous. So thank you for saying that I should be the governor. Well, I mean, in a couple of years, I can try it. So the Donald did get back into the White House, and the chances, you know, there's rumors going around, and I've been reading them. I was reading them on the online before I came in, that they're saying now. Now I don't want to put a bad spin on the amazing stuff we've heard in the last couple of excuse me. We've had a great week. I'm not going to put a bad buzz in it, but you know there's some stuff starting. They're saying, right now, this is Kamala Harris's ex-communications director. Okay, so you can tell that this person holds no water. Kamala Harris's ex-communications director says that Biden should now resign and let Kamala take the position as the very first female president. For what? A month? If they're seriously, please don't let this happen. You know, I was just reading it and it gave me the giggles. It did. It really did. You know, they're trying to, they know we're having a good time. They know that good stuff has happened and they're just trying to take it from us a little bit. I don't understand why they need to. On the text line, I have an explanation of how Biden got the 80 million votes. It's something about weed. I don't think it is. Well, maybe. I don't know. Did he get 80 million votes? Why would he get 80 million votes? I mean, obviously, if Joe Biden got votes, Texter, if you can tell me about your story about what you think it is. If Joe Biden got votes, then the reason Joe Biden got votes is because, well, somebody didn't realize who was running for what? It was 80 million? I don't think there was. But it's a dead ballot then. Am I right in saying that? And you know, if you're out there and you're a little bit more learned than I am I right in saying that it's a spoiled vote? If you write in Joe Biden's name and you put an little X beside it, I think that is a spoiled vote, so it doesn't count. So no longer counts. Going to be talking about a lot of stuff on the show tonight. I am going to be talking about, I've talked about a couple of weeks back about the a lot of the venues are closing down here in the upstate. And yeah, I have a special guest who's calling me in on the phone later on, and we're going to be talking about that. But just getting back to everything that's happened in the last couple of weeks or the last couple of days, everybody, I think we all gave a massive sigh of relief. I don't think, first of all, I don't think that the Democrats' heart was in it. I really don't. Because I was looking at the map of all the electorates, of all the elections. Like here in South Carolina, we had 1.4 million voters voted for Trump. It was only 1 million voters voted for Kamala. And was that the entire voting populace? If you didn't vote, why didn't you vote? That's something that, look it. I'm not going to give her. It's not a night of Odi giving out. No. This is a night of fun. This is a night of good stuff. This is a night of 4 very good prospective years ahead of us. And I have a lot more information to come about what exactly is going to happen in the next 4 years. But I'm just looking and I'm like, I think the Democrats just gave up. I think they did. I just looking at the map, it's a red map. And even the blue states, like I'm looking at Colorado, it's nearly all red. There's a couple of blue counties in it. Let me know your thoughts. And if there's anything that you want to talk about, right? If there's anything you would like to talk about, get in touch with me. You know the way to do it. It's the Common Sense Retirement Planning text line, 71307. Or you can get me on the WORD talk line, which is 800-905-0989. I'm also on Facebook, on YouTube, on the Newstalk 98.9 Facebook and my own Facebook page. Yeah. Someone on the thing says, "Oh my goodness, I'm sorry, but she is an idiot." My new favorite word is idiot. Idiot? Did I say idiot? Maybe she was. I don't know. Anyway, you are listening to a very happy Odi. I'm wearing red as well in case you haven't. It's an Nautica shirt, but it's a red shirt. You're listening to Newstalk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas.
Getting you set for the week ahead with live and local talk. This is Sunday Nights with Odi Fitzgerald.
On News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas. Attention terrorists, hold on. Here's Tara's Daily Rant.
And again, as Pell said, we cannot we've taken many months, 200,000 plus illegals, and only create 100,000 jobs a month for the entire country. The math doesn't work.
Terrorists wanted. Hear the Terra Show weekday mornings on
News Talk 98.9.
WORD, the voice of the Carolinas.
Now, the Carolinas' most trusted forecast from the News Talk 98.9 WORD Weather Center. Slight chance of rain showers and foggy tonight, otherwise overcast skies. Lows sit down to about 54, northwest winds around 5 miles per hour. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Buchitsky from the News Talk 98.9 WORD Weather Center. Currently 54.
Welcome to Spa Le Bacon, where stress melts away with a pairing of rich, smoky bacon and delicious bourbon. Take in the smoky, salty, delicious aroma of bacon and taste the vanilla and caramel notes of bourbon. Picture yourself in a world of nothing but bacon and bourbon. Imagine mounds of bacon, rivers of bourbon, and flavors to delight your taste buds. That world exists. Well, kind of. The 5th annual Bourbon and Bacon Fest is back at the Foundry of Judson Mill in downtown Greenville. Friday, January 17th. Incredible distilleries from all over the country will pour dozens and dozens of bourbons you know and love, while ticket holders taste porky treats from incredible local restaurants. VIP, general admission, and designated driver.
Husey, look at you there, buddy. I can read it on this one. How are you? Good friend of mine, Mark Hughes. Mark, what are you doing up at this hour of the morning, night, or evening, or whatever it is? I turned off the radio commercials there. Thank you for letting me know. But yeah, anybody that hasn't tuned in on the Facebooks before, I stay live during the ads. So you can continue. It's like a whole other show. It's like a second show within the show. You can continue to talk to me, and I can, send messages back and communicate with people. That's how the fun happens. This is radio, man. I'm giddy. Can you tell I'm giddy tonight? Just a little bit. Wasn't giddy last night. No. There was stuff coming out of everywhere last night. I had a bad Chinese. Wasn't he good? Wasn't he good? I'm going to give out a little bit in the next segment. Not a lot, but I'm going to give out a little bit. In case you're wondering. And there's no... I don't know. I put them on way too early. Way too early. All right, let's do radio. On the Common Sense Retirement Planning text line, somebody said to me, is it OD, as in ODI, or ODIE? It doesn't really matter. You can use ODI because OD is just my nickname. It's what people call me. My given name that my parents decided to give me was Odrin. And if you're looking for me on the Facebooks, you'll get me on Odi Fitzgerald. That's my given name. That's what I'm more commonly known as. Well, no, I'm more commonly known as Odi, I do believe. But yeah, so you can text her. You can text anything you want. Odi is fine. ODI is fine. That's kind of good. And yes, there is good times ahead. Very good times ahead. I remember when I came over here to America first 7 years ago, gas was about, I think it was just under $2, maybe a bit more under $2. And I'm driving the same pickup truck that I have now. And it didn't cost me an awful lot of money to fill it. No. I think it cost it was maybe $1.80 or something like that. Maybe. Correct me if I'm wrong. Call me if you want to talk to the Odie, but do it kind of during the ad breaks, because I can actually, get answer the phone and do all that fun stuff here on my own in the studio tonight. You can call me on the WRD talk line, which is 800-905-0989. And someone on the stream said a naughty word, but okay, that's what you think I am, then fair enough. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Maybe you're talking about somebody else who's being one of the a posterior. There you go. Some words I can't say. I'm not too sure if I can say the one you call me, but somebody is being a posterior. Yeah. And if you're calling in now, I can't quite answer at the minute, but I will answer during the ad breaks, because you see, we have a little thing where I need to screen calls, because if I let somebody on the air and they're just being a little bit, naughty, and they're saying the bad words, I get in trouble. So don't do that. No. Don't do that. Now, according to reports coming out, it is now saying that Kamala Harris, remember her? Remember she was big news last week? It is saying that Kamala spent $1.18 billion on her campaign. Now, you have to remember something. She hasn't been running for long. Remember, Joe Biden stepped down in July. So that means that she has spent, now I'm not too sure if it's the entire thing, but I think she spent $1.18 billion. I couldn't get a definitive answer as to whether it is the amount of money spent by both Kamala and Joe Biden, but $1.18 billion. She managed to raise, so there was $1 billion was donated to her. Okay, so if there's any Democrats listening out there, if you want to, if you feel the need to donate any extra money, no, I'm joking, I am messing. Democrats donated $1.18 billion. Kamala, they donated $1 billion. She spent 1.18. So that means that she is in debt, right? She owes $18 million. Okay? $18 million. That's how much money she owes. Now, Donald, in the last 2 years, can you give a little guess as to how much Donald put into the his campaign in the last 2 years? So he started in 2023. It would have been late enough, 2023, and all of this year. Yeah, he put a nice little sum of money into it. If someone was to hand it to me, I'd be, yeah, thank you very much. He put 300 and see, why did it have to be this? It was 300. I'm just going to say it with my Irish accent. It was $333 million. That's it. He couldn't have spent $400 million. No, he had to spend 300. I wish I was making this up. $333 million. That's how much he spent over the last 2 years. But he has now said that he is going to bail out. Well, there's rumors again. There's rumors happening, and I'd kind of believe them. They've said that Trump is going to bail out Kamala as a kind of a mark of respect for a fallen, I won't say comrade, adversary. He's going to give the $18 million that she spent too much of. But why are you asking, did Kamala spend so much money? Well, do you remember all of the, I don't want to call them concerts because they weren't really concerts. But do you remember when she was at the rallies? Remember all the rallies that she did? Well, she had, Beyonce there, and she had, I think Celine Dion, or I'm not sure, not 100% sure, but she had a lot of people, a lot of celebrities at her concert. Now, here's the thing, right? Yes, texter, you're 100% right. I will get there. Some texter did just text in. Did you say 333? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I could say 333. Yeah. Oh, texter, yes, you are right. It was 1.018 billion. Yes. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. I got that wrong. I look it. When I'm wrong, I will say I am. Yeah. So it's $1 billion and $18 million. Look, it's a lot of money. And another texter does say to me, it should have spent her money feeding the homeless and the hungry. Do you reckon that she could have sent some of the money elsewhere? You reckon that she didn't spend it on all the celebrities? But the point I was getting to is that she spent, that was a Freudian slip. She spent a lot of money to get celebrities to come and talk at her rallies. So she had to buy them off. So that means that she asked a few people to come to her rallies and she had to pay them money. Okay. Donald asked people to go to the rallies and they went very willingly. Elon Musk, one of the richest, if not the richest man in the world, Donald rang him up and he said, "Hey, Elon, I'm doing a rally. You want to come and talk in my rally?" And Elon turned around and says, "Oh, yeah, Donald, no problem at all, mate. I will go there," because he's from South Africa. He's South African accent. He just decided to go. Anybody that Donald asked to come and speak, Hulk Hogan, I guarantee Donald Trump did not have to pay Hulk Hogan any money. Not a penny. I could be wrong. But it could have been a small fee. It could have been just enough to get him to go. Well, I think it was in Texas, wasn't it? Was it in Texas? Or it could have been in Los Angeles. I'm not 100% sure. But if he asked Hulk, the Hulkamania, the Hulkster, to come to the show and to come to the rally, I'd say he just came. He just came there because he believes. Everybody believes. Anybody that Donald Trump asked to speak at the rally, they believe in what Donald Trump is about to do. Anybody that Harris and Biden asked to come, they had to pay them. Hence the $1 billion that they spent on trying to get people to the rallies. And the amount they spent that much money on I don't want to say advertising. Well, it was advertising because, they advertised. We were playing on the stage, some of the stations here. We played lots of different. We played because we have to be we can't be biased, both sides. So we played both of them. We played Republican, and there was Democratic stuff came out. We have to do it. It's the FCC rules that we have to play both of them. That costs money. On the text line. On the text line, people are still giggling at the fact that I say 333. Apparently, I sound so much like their grandparents. I assume that your grandparents were Irish, because we've been known to say 333 million. Thanks, Donald. I heard that it was a magnanimous in victory. Yes, he was magnanimous in victory. He's like, he's humble. He knows he won. He didn't have to rub it into anybody. He's like, well, I won. Okay. Knew I was going to do it. I heard things about Kamala that, so when Donald won, when the results came out, I mean, it was a late night for him. It was 3:00 in the morning here. And so it was Florida. He was in Florida, 3:00 in the morning. So that means that it was late enough. It was late enough. But he was awake and he was able to give a speech. No speech came out of the Harris Biden campaign because, well, I don't want to say it, but, they didn't want to talk. Some people say they couldn't talk. I just say they didn't want to talk. Yeah. I don't know. Stranger things have happened. Worse things happen at sea. When I come back, he's not in the presidency yet. He's not in the White House yet. But he's already doing stuff. It's going to be a good one. What are people saying to me? Sorry, somebody texted me. If you're watching, you text me. I'm replying to you. People are laughing at me. They're laughing at me. Ah. Now I get it. What have we got on the... no. Doing good. Okay. Why do I not look like an Irish native? I'm red beard. I don't get it. Well, I mean, yeah. And there's no Gatorade. Sorry, I'm just talking to somebody here as well. Well, sorry, yeah. So Jin, Jin. Sorry, I'm trying to look at a load of things here at the same time. This is one thing about the backstage is that I do a lot of other stuff because we're gonna. Jin, I'm not only on stream. I'm on stream for the whole show, but I'm on the FM as well. So if you want to hear it with all the ads and all the other stuff, then just tune into FM. It's 98.9 on your FM dial. And yes, I did delete that other one, that other little thing that you popped up there because no, I won't be going back there. You can say my real name. No, Jin. No, you are on here as Jin Gowan. So I'm going to call you Jin Gowan because that's what you're here as. Ta-da. Why did somebody say I don't look like an Irish native? What does an Irish native look like? Is it a leprechaun? Should I look like a leprechaun? I don't know. No. We'll have less of that on here as well. That's no. Okay, radio stuff. And the text line has been blowing up. What have we got here? People are still saying that they're loving the 333 million. It's a good thing that the radio station it doesn't have a 3 on it. Oh yeah. I used to work with a radio station years ago called Midlands 103. And every time we said Midlands 103, no, 3, we used to get given out to. Yeah, that was funny as funny. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny. The stream is absolutely blowing up. And I did have someone say to me, you don't look like an Irish native. And then they say it's my beard. My beard makes me not look like an Irish native. Am I supposed to look like a leprechaun? Leprechauns have red beards. Yes. Yes, they do. Mine needs a bit of a shave. I do need to clean myself up a little bit. But, text line, Odi, a lot of that money should have... yeah. Okay, so we were talking a few minutes ago about the over $1 billion that the Harris Foundation, or whatever you want to call it, spent. They said, Odi, a lot of that money went to pay the audience. Okay, I didn't say that, but I hope Trump builds the wall. He's going to. He said he's going to, and puts the Democrats behind it. No, we're not. We don't want anybody to leave this great land. We don't, unless they said they're going to, and I'll talk a little bit about that in a second. But as you know, Trump isn't in office yet. Okay, he's not. He's going to be. He is going to be in office. He's just not yet. One day after the election, there was people in New York. People have talked to me living in New York, and they have said that some illegal immigrants have started to leave already. I've been talking to people in Chicago as well, and they've said that they've seen it happen. That some of the illegal immigrants are already starting to leave because they know exactly what's going to happen. I don't know if they think, well, if I get out on my own accord, it'll go a lot nicer, and, I may not have a record. Some of them may have records already. We've heard tell that there's a lot of immigrants who came into America, and it was just a case of the prisons opened their doors in their countries that they came from and just let them in. Now, I did have somebody send me a message during the week. You can always feel free to, you can message me, you can direct message me on my Facebook page, which is Odi Fitzgerald. You can get me there. And I did have someone say to me that I'm always giving out about the immigrants, but you yourself are one. Yes, I understand what you're saying to me, but here's the thing. I am a legal immigrant. I have always been a legal immigrant. I came into the country legally on a visa. I worked my butt off, and I got my green card. So I am 100% legal. So I hope the person, and we'll just say that the message wasn't as nice as I said it was there. There was a lot of words that I cannot say. That's fine. You can do what you want. You can say what you want. Just be careful. That's all I'd say to you. No, 100% legal. Always have been, always will be. Okay, so keep your little nasty comments to yourself. Any questions you want to ask me, you can ask me. But they're saying now that a lot of illegal people are leaving. And something else that someone said to me is, why do you give out? Because, when you come into the country legally, it costs a lot of money. When you come in illegally, and when you're allowed into the country. Now I've heard myself and Charlie have talked about this many times. Myself and Bill have talked about it. Haven't had a chance to talk to Tara about it yet. But, when it's discussed about the amount of money that is being given to illegal immigrants to stay in this country, yes, it boils my blood. Ever so slightly. That's all. Not going to say anything more about that, because this is a night for fun and frivolities, because none of that's going to happen anymore, because the Donald is going to let it happen. He's not going to let it happen. Anyway, he's a day after he got his papers. He got his papers. He's like, Donald, welcome back into the White House. Here you go. One day after, he was talking to Vladimir Putin. And the word around the campfire is that the conversation was not just Putin calling Donald Trump to congratulate him, because, like him or dislike him, I don't really like him. He invaded, but this is Putin, all of the world leaders have talked to Donald. Even the Irish president the Irish president, the Irish prime minister, we call him the Taoiseach. He let his voice be heard, and he congratulated Donald. He said, "Congratulations, well done in winning the election." And I heard the conversation, sounded very sincere, very heartfelt. And Putin was calling him up, and he's a world leader as well, and he called him up. But then word got out that during the conversation, Vladimir Putin said that he's open to negotiations. Open to negotiations. So what does that tell you? And I heard on the news before we came in, before the show started there, that there's other war zones are talking about negotiations. So what I've said it before, and I'm saying this to a lot of Irish people as well, because a lot of Irish people have got in contact with me like, "Oh, how do you feel about Donald Trump winning?" Good. I feel good. I think he's going to lead the country to the right way. I think the country is going to be great again. He's going to do what he said. He done it 4 years ago. Country was in a great state when he left it. Yes, I know. COVID was there. We had a pandemic going across the entire world, and that was something that Sleepy Joe and Kamala decided, "Oh, well, it must have been it must have been Donald's fault." The country was in a bad way when Donald took the reins. It wasn't too bad. But it wasn't fantastic. And all of a sudden, Donald came along, loads of jobs. Unemployment was a record low, even though the COVID was there. And now I'm just a little bit kind of like, he's got a lot of work ahead of him. He's going to have to roll up the sleeves. He's going to have to roll up the sleeves big time. There's a lot of work to do. I believe he's going to do it because once he picks his staff, I think he's going to pick the right people. I would love to see what's his name, Elon. I would love to see Elon Musk in there somewhere. If he decided, I don't know, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure where I put him, but I'd love to see Elon in the staff somewhere. Watch this space. Maybe it could happen. You can text me in on the Common Sense Retirement Planning text line 71307. Who would you like to see in what jobs within the White House? If you could have anybody in the White House, like I know there's who's the guy, the Secretary of Health, Secretary of Health. It was somebody changing from a guy to a girl. That's not really healthy, I mean, and the reason I say it, people say, "Oh, you're hard against the people transitioning from male to female." It's not healthy because you have to take a lot of drugs. You have to take a lot of hormones. You have to put stuff into your body that shouldn't be there. And that's healthy. But apparently the guy that's going to be doing it, well, I'm not sure. Look, it could be a rumor. He's into fitness. He's into health and fitness. An older guy looks like he isn't. I'll find out exactly who that is. On the text line, maybe some of the undocumented people beat the feet before the government debt card zeroes out. Yep, do you see? There, it could be that. They were given debit cards, government debit cards, and they're deciding to leave. I hope the debit cards are going to stop. I didn't get a debit card. Did you get a debit card? Text me if you got a debit card, free debit card for $10,000. Is it a month? I think it is a month. When I get back, I'm going to be talking about people trying to look like Sinead O'Connor. Remember her? Little Irish girl, shaved head. I don't have her standards though. No, I was happy. What have we got? Department of Government Efficiency. Yes. I could go with that. Okay. I don't know. Was that recent though? Let me see. I don't know, Harold. I don't know. Sorry, I have to look at my phone to see who's texting me that. Yeah, I don't know. Did that happen again? I could have. Planned murder attempt? Let me look it up. Oh, okay. There was an Iranian pilot. Let me look into that one, Harold, and I'll get back to you about it. Excuse me. Ah, it's allergies. There's something in the air lately. It's blooming or blossoming. Thank you. Yeah, that's what it looked like, Harold. It looked like there was a planned. Sorry, I'm just changing sentence here because they're gone a bit weird. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm looking at that. It was planned. I'll take a little look at it, Harold, and I'll see what I can find quickly because I have to go back on air. Ah, no. Okay. Sorry. Uh, BBC, they won't charge me for it. Some networks. Okay. Alrighty, last segment. Okay. Sorry, I was just reading a few of the text message. Their text message line blew up. The Common Sense Retirement Planning text line 71307 saying Candace Owens for press secretary, Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk for Department of Education if they don't dissolve it, and not too sure about the last one. Just JD Vance for Senate Majority Leader, Elon Musk for the Department of Government Efficiency, and Robert F. Kennedy for Department of Health. Yeah, you're not wrong. On the stream, I've had the same thing as well. People have said to me that Elon needs to be on the Department of Government Efficiency. Maybe so. Maybe I don't. Look at if you tell me your thoughts. Let me know who you want to be working in Donald's staff. Now, can somebody tell me? All right, just bear with me for 1 second on this one. All right, how does swearing off sex with your partner, okay, or swearing off men? It's not just with your partner because some. No, it's not. No. Lesbian couples out there are not swearing off sex with their wives. But liberal women are swearing they're withholding sex from their partners and they are shaving their heads to protest the president-elect Donald Trump's landslide victory over Kamala Harris. Demonstration was inspired by South Korea's 4B movement against gender-based violence, where some women in the country have vowed to follow the 4 no's. No sex, no dating, no marriage, no having children with men. Look, I know there is a way that you can have children without men, but you kind of need the man to, do I need to explain? I was just about to ask a very stupid question. Really was. I was about to ask, do I need to explain to some people how babies are made? Okay. So they're saying to having no children with men. Okay. You kind of need a man to have a baby. The man doesn't need to be in your life, but I'm explaining this to people that can't tell me what a woman is. So hold on a second. All right. Just bear down. Here we go. They're saying liberal women are withholding sex from men and shaving their heads in protest. Why are you shaving your head? Why are you shaving your head? It's coming into the wintertime. It's starting to get cold. You're going to need hair on your head. Either that or you're just going to, maybe they're all going to be buying hats. I don't know. But they're saying no sex, no dating or marriage or having children with men. Where is the sense in that? Tell me where the sense in that is. Just because you didn't get your way, because you wanted Kamala Harris, who, from everything that I've seen that she's done, she wasn't really for women anyway. She just wanted to be the first woman president. I think that's all. I think. Now, I can't say I'm an outsider looking in on this, but I kind of am. Because I didn't get a chance. No, I wasn't eligible to vote. Okay. We all know this. So I'm kind of an outsider looking in. But what I saw is I don't think that Kamala Harris wanted to be president. I don't think she did. I don't think she wanted it for any of the good reasons. And she definitely didn't want to have, to help with women's rights. Women have more rights than men. Yes, they do. Look it up before. You're saying, Odi, no, everybody has the same rights. No. Who has the right to the kids in a divorce? Women. There you go. More rights than men have. Men have to fight. Women don't. So how are they going to have children without men? Just explain that to me. Do I need to do the whole biology thing? When a man and a woman fall in love with each other, or they may not fall in love with each other. They may fall, slightly in lust with each other after a couple of beers. It could happen. Lots of babies that were born. I could have been born like that. I don't know. There could have been a couple of beers involved, and it's kind of like, well, do you want to come back to my house? Well, okay. And then all of a sudden, 9 months later, oops, surprise! But you do need a guy for it. Very good friend of mine living in a different country. Currently, she is a single mom. She is raising a beautiful little daughter. No dad involved, but she did have to go to a special clinic where the dad probably went a couple of weeks before that, or a couple of months before that. They can freeze them little things. So I don't get it. I don't understand how shaving your head and swearing off men. So does that mean that any of the liberal women, if you're a liberal woman out there and you're listening to this, okay, there is some liberals. I was looking at the voting map, and there is some liberals here in South Carolina, which is fine. It's no problem. How are you? Excuse me. There's a few liberals here in South Carolina, and I know a few of them. Nice people, lovely people. Talk to them not every day, but most days. What is shaving your head going to do? Are you going to divorce your husbands? Are the liberal women going to leave their husbands? And if so, does that mean that the husbands are going to be, well, if I can't get a liberal woman, I'm going to get a Republican woman. And then the Republican woman will say, Odi, relax, let it go. Okay, someone's after texting in. Odi, relax, let it go. There'll be far fewer liberals in the next generation. There you go. Thank you for that, texter, because I think Odi was getting a little bit I was getting a little bit hyped up, man. Just there. It is true. It is true. There you go. So, okay, swear off, man, if that's what you want to do. That means that some Republican guys are going to get. If you're a Republican guy on the look for a lady out there, or the Republican lady on the look for a man, well, there's going to be a lot here. And it's like, this is some of the people that like to play in traffic as well. And you're wondering what I'm on about playing in traffic. You know, the stop oil movement? Wasn't Republicans done that? It really wasn't. Is there any? I want you to text me in. If you're a Republican out there who wants to stop oil and if you've sat in traffic, you know, what was the first thing? Think back to your childhood. What was the first thing that your mama said to you? You know, what would she say? She said, I don't want you to ever play in traffic. Don't play in traffic because it's bad for you. You know, you're going to get hurt. You'll probably die because cars travel really fast. Yeah. So don't do it. Don't play in traffic. Probably the same people. Anyway, I'm going to calm down a little bit now, just a little bit. Because you're wondering why I'm playing this. Well, it's a significant night. There was a storm on Lake Superior on the 10th of November, 1975, when we lost the Edmund Fitzgerald. Yeah, my cousin's ship. I liked it. Edmund Fitzgerald, big ship. Unfortunately, sorry. Some people have said I need to slow down when I'm talking a little bit. Unfortunately, 29 men lost their lives that night on the Edmund Fitzgerald. And as a little bit of a tribute, I think I'm going to let Gordon Lightfoot sing a little bit for him. You're listening to News Talk 98.9 WRD. When I come back, I am going to be talking about the fact that a lot of restaurants and venues have been closing down lately. Unfortunately. Anyway, Gordon Lightfoot. It's been a long time since I've done this. Yeah, the whole radio thing. Yeah. You know, what are you DJing? Yeah, I've well and truly broke the bed at this stage. But yeah, here we are. A minute of calm. Remembering the 29 souls that died on the Edmund Fitzgerald. Sorry if you're listening on the stream, you can't get it. Hello. News Talk 98.9, Odi here. How are you? Oh, Dana, is it? Okay. I just have the Edmund Fitzgerald playing in the background. Oh yeah. Hang on there for 1 second. All right, guys, on the stream, I'm going to just put you on silent for a second because I'm chatting to someone in the phone. Now, sorry about that. I will have Dana on the line in a couple of minutes and we'll have a chat with her. No, Jin, you're right. I don't think she wanted to be president. Yeah. Oh. Give me a minute, guys. I want to stretch out a wee bit. I'm still in the studio. I'm just stretching. Florida Senator Rick Scott is one of the Republicans looking to replace outgoing leader Mitch McConnell, having kept his Senate seat in the election. The question is going to be who is going to make sure we get these things done. I'm a businessman. Started doing calisthenics in the morning time. Um, it works. Calisthenics is you're stretching out. You know all your stretches. Started doing them. The new company started working for. We do calisthenics every morning, and I enjoy it. I do enjoy it. Sorry if I'm breathing loud as well. I got kind of hyped up there in the last segment, which happens. It does happen. I'm trying as well because a lot of people have said to me that they're watching this back. They're watching because once the stream ends, you can check it out again. It's going to stay on Facebook and it stays on YouTube and it stays on all of the other platforms. So you can check out this show again at a later stage, and you can please share it to people. By all means, share it on to people. Jen, I'm going to be talking about that one in not this next segment, but in the one after that. I'm going to be talking about that. There was one really surprising celebrity that I didn't realize that they were going to leave, but yeah. Doug, you should tune in definitely to the show that we do here on Saturday nights. You can get it on the YouTube as well. You can get it everywhere that you're getting this one. It'd be right up your alley because it's big manga, anime, lots of games, lots of reviews like that. I stream until 10 o'clock. I'm live until 10 o'clock. 2 hours every Sunday night, 2 hours every Saturday night. Saturday night show is a wee bit different. I talk a lot of politics on this show, as you can probably tell. But I talk a lot of other stuff as well. I talk lifestyle and all that kind of fun stuff. And yeah. Speaking of which, we'll be back in about a minute, give or take. Will that be all right for you? Okay. Well, there you go. You can check us out Saturday night, as I said, 7 till 9 on Saturday night, and 8 o'clock till 10 o'clock here on Sunday nights. Thanks for checking it out, man. Thanks for popping in. And if there's anybody on stream, if there's any topic that you want me to cover, like, let me know. This is what I do. If there's any topic at all, not sports, I don't really cover sports. Oh, I will cover the fact that Ireland lost against New Zealand on Friday night. Wasn't happy about that. That was in rugby. I do like the rugby. But yeah, no, any topic you want me to cover, I will cover. If there's anything that you want to talk about in particular, then I will cover that as well. So yeah, 100% feel free. All right, let's do radio in a minute or two. Got a couple of minutes. Sorry, I breathe loud. I know I do. The microphone picks it up as well when I'm breathing. Because somebody said that to me before. Where did they all come from? Sorry, loads of stuff is just have to populate on my screen. It's like, okay. The legend lives on from the Chippewa down. Okay, let's do radio. And you're ready to come back to the second hour of your Sunday night with me, Odi Fitzgerald, looking after you on the Sunday. You know, rounding up. Some people would say rounding up the week's events. I like to say that being the first show of the week, because yes, Sunday is the first show of the week. I like to get things started off. Now, you will remember a couple of weeks ago, I was talking about venues closing down and about the knock-on effect and the fact that people were abusing venues and they were getting in the way of venues being good. And I'm talking about music venues, and I'm talking about restaurants and bars all closing down. Well, a listener got in contact with me, and she wants to highlight the fact that a really good venue is after closing down in the last couple of months. So will you welcome on the phones a very good friend of mine, Dana Begay. Dana, how are you?
I'm good, Odi. How you doing?
I'm not doing too bad, but when you got in contact with me and you made the point across as to the extreme of venues closing down, of one venue in particular, what was the venue that you mentioned to me in particular that was closing down?
The one that hurt my heart the most was South Bend Winery in Greenwood.
South Bend Winery. So you played there a lot, didn't you?
Yeah. It's a family-owned venue. I mean, mom, dad, kids worked there. It was a family-friendly. It was just beautiful. They had church there on Sundays.
It wasn't just a venue. It was a kind of a community outreach, if you want to say that. So
right.
Not only has a venue shut down, but a whole community has lost, and it's hurting the community.
Yes.
Like as you said earlier on, there, it's hurting your heart. But the fact it's not
yes.
it's not just you. It's not just one person that's suffering. There's I would hesitate to say hundreds of people, if not thousands of people, that have been there in the last couple of years or last few. I mean, how long was it there?
4 years, South Bend, and it's not just South Bend. I mean, we're talking about, this is huge. Okay, this is South Carolina. This is Columbia. This is Greenville. This is major places, and it's not just going to hit little mom and pops. It's going to eventually start affecting places like Red Lobster. You know, I mean, that's what I'm reading on these websites that I'm going to get as much information as I could to talk to you about this tonight. I mean, it's big. There's a lot of people. It's the employees of these venues. It's the customers. It's the musicians. It's the owners themselves.
But Dana, what's causing it though? What is the driving force behind all of these venues? As you say, mom and pops, and as we all see, it is going to the bigger places. What is the main cause of it? What do you think is causing it?
Well, okay. It all starts with somebody driving drunk.
Yep.
Right? It starts with somebody. It starts with a victim. It starts with the victim of a drunk driving accident, which is terrible.
Mm-hmm. It is.
It's terrible. So from what I've read, and I'm going to tell you right now, I am not the authority.
We won't name any names. Make sure we don't name any venues or names.
Well, no. I don't have anything bad to say about anybody.
Okay.
Nothing bad.
Okay.
The only names I want to mention are
the places that are suffering. The places that are suffering down because of it,
and the places that are trying to help. So, for people that want to get more information on how they can help, for people that want to get more information on this subject matter past just my limited knowledge, I mean, I've been keeping track of what people in my community have been doing. Ashton Reed, Sheila Merck, Ken Tribble that owns Tribbles. It started with Sheila.
Yeah.
She was the initial director of the scvenuecrisis.org.
So scvenuecrisis.org is where you can get a lot of the information about all the venues that are closing down. So what is it that Sheila brought to the fore? What did she bring for everybody to what was her main cause?
Awareness. She made SC Venue Crisis became a household name. It became a common, people understood. She began the buzz. She began the outreach
and the following
to try to get these people help.
Yeah.
Right. So places that have closed, Velo Fallow in Greenville, South Bend in Greenwood, Old Rock Quarry, just a small little venue in Honoré. Don't know how to say that. I always say Honoré because it makes me think of somebody that's mad. Palmetto Brothers.
Yeah.
Company Tap Room. A whole huge slew of people is what I'm trying to say. And this is not about Republicans and Democrats. This is, there's people on both sides. I think this is really about trial lawyers. I think it's about putting money in their pockets.
Yeah, and that's something
I've read.
If you've just joined, I'm talking to Dana Begay. She's a performer here in South Carolina and above and beyond. And I talked about that last week or the week before about the fact of lawyers. Nobody seems to like them. There's a lot of things that they do, and they're trying to squeeze blood from a stone, and unfortunately, the stones around here bleed because, well, they've got big hurts.
Yeah.
But you as a performer, what does it mean? What does it mean for you as a performer when you see a lot of these places are closing down?
Places to play. You're losing, different places. Some people play in honky tonks. I'm not the honky tonk person. I'm the family oriented, establishment. But we all are being affected. We're losing our venues to entertain at, and for a musician, it's more than just a paycheck. I hope
it's a way of life. Like it's yes, okay, you're getting paid.
It's reaching out to people. It's outreach.
It is, and you're entertaining people on a Friday night, Saturday night, or midweek. I mean, I know you do. Well, you've previously done some midweek gigs, and you've been out there. I know you're in school.
Still do.
And it's a thing of people are losing a venue. I mean, there's a lot of venues. I mean, I live in Anderson, and there's a lot of venues in Anderson, and there's a lot of music in Anderson, live music. And if that was to stop, if that was to die back, first of all, people are not going to want to go out because, I mean, if they're just going for a meal, okay, they go for a nice meal, and it's going to be the big chains because the mom and pop places aren't going to be there anymore. And then you're going to be suffering because you're just going to go out for a meal. I remember growing up as a kid, we'd go out for food, and then as I got a bit older, we'd have a few pints. And then as I got older again, we'd go on to a club or a venue and we'd listen to up-and-coming artists. Up-and-coming artists can't become up-and-coming artists if people can't listen to them.
Right. And you mentioned Anderson. So I live in Anderson too. I mean, we're practically neighbors. And Anderson was founded on music. Anderson was founded on entrepreneurship and a dream and a hope.
Yes, it was.
And people doing what they were told they couldn't do. And, these venues, first there was the pandemic.
Now, that did not help.
Then
that didn't help at all.
They came back from that. And, I'm reading these stories, like, for instance, the local Q, okay?
Yeah.
Lee Vaughn. So, about how the insurance premiums went up 350%. Okay,
yeah,
so
nobody
you got
can,
the pen.
Nobody can.
You can't come back from that.
No, you can't. You can't come back from that.
And all of these places, like I've been a bartender. I have worked in restaurant industry my entire life. Well, I mean, as either a full-time job or a second job. I've always had to work more than one. And you have a code of ethics. It's not just a code of ethics as a bartender. You've got rules.
Yes.
You cannot overserve somebody.
No,
you cannot overserve them. You are not allowed to. You just can't.
No, because your license is going to be taken off you. Your license to serve alcohol is very expensive in the first place. And for somebody for someone to buy a license costs a lot of money. Then you have to have your servers. Right. There's a lot, like everybody's saying, oh yeah, the food industry, the drink industry, the restaurant industry, venue industry, oh, they're making loads of money. They're not. They're making a livable wage and they're able to live, they're able to support themselves. But all they need is but all they need is one big lawsuit, and all of a sudden they can't afford the insurance, they can't afford anything. So how are they supposed to keep going? How are they supposed to keep the doors open? They're not.
Well, right. And so Lee, I hope I'm saying that right. And if I'm not, I apologize. But from what I'm reading, Local Q was providing their employees with 50% of their health care. That is awesome and unheard of. They were offering a match on their 401k. Never in any place I ever worked did they do that. But when this started, they had to stop it. Not only did they have to stop that, but they had to get rid of a third of their employees, and that just about killed them because they were loyal. They were loyal employees.
They were loyal.
And this is just
yes, they were. So I'm being joined by Dana Begay. So you're telling me about the local queue as what they're having to do now. I mean, but here's the thing, Dana. What can we do? What can we do to keep doors open?
Visit these places. Okay, that's going to be my number one. Go out to the places that are open. You know, I went to South Bend weekend before last, and I wanted to do something for them because I feel like I feel helpless. I can't do anything. I'm not a part of the scvenuecrisis.org. I don't have time. I'm a full-time student. Yeah. I'm a mom. I've got enough on my plate, but
what you're suggesting is that a lot of people get out there. I mean, go out, enjoy a venue,
support small businesses, support them. Stop complaining about the prices, tip people. But that's not how to stop the crisis. That's how to maybe help them keep their doors open. As you know, the local queue, they're hoping that their food is going to carry them. They have absolutely quit serving alcohol. They're hoping that with the support of the community and the support of their landlords, they can stay open.
Yeah. People that want to go out. I mean, I don't myself. If I'm going out, I won't have a beer because I don't drink. But there's a lot of people out there who want to enjoy a beer while they're watching a performance, while they're having their food, while they're being entertained.
Right.
So that's, I mean,
and then
that's what people.
Well, so I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm just fired up.
I know. I get it. Listen, Dana. I'm going to have to take a quick. I'm going to have to take a quick commercial break. Can you hang on the line for me? And when we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about it.
I got one more thing to say.
Yeah, just hang on the line. We'll come back in a couple of seconds. All right. So there you have it. Listen, tell you what, when we come back, we'll chat a little bit more to Dana, and she's going to be letting us know about how we can help these venues stay open. You're listening to News Talk 98.9 WRD. This is the voice of the Carolinas. All right, hang on, and we'll get you back. I do, Jen. I send out notifications on my Facebook page. Harold, I think that's you. I had a venue a few months ago that I was going to steady grade playing gig, and the closed week before I could even start. You see, venue crisis is killing the work musicians. I'm going to mention that as well when we come back. We'll be back in a minute or two. Well, you need to look on Facebook, or you need to, I don't know, or put a message into your phone, put a thing, an alarm on your phone, and say, turn on YouTube because Odi is on the YouTubes. See, easy as that. I've been on Facebook in 10 years. You were on it 2 weeks ago, so you popped up on my thing. It's like, Jin is here. But it didn't say Jin. It said your real name. But I know your real name, and I'm not telling anybody else your real name. No. Don't you tell him either, Jin. Don't you tell him. You keep him guessing. That needs to go away. And that one. Go in there. Oh, wait, that was so loud. I don't know why that was so loud. but there's no one. Really? Really? Currently watching Oklahoma playing Missouri, and it's 6-0. There's 5 minutes left in the second half, so it's probably going to take an hour. How does it? Why does American football take so long to play? I was watching the rugby on Friday. Wasn't a great result, but I was watching it, and it was an 80-minute game. And it lasted 80 minutes and 20 minutes for the halftime. You know, I don't get it. I don't understand it. Why am I blurry? The legend lives on from the Chippewa down. I'm trying to unblurry myself. There, I have unblurried myself. And now I'm going to go back on the radio box. Very welcome back to Sunday Nights with Odi Fitzgerald. On the phone with me is an upstate performer, Dana Begay. Dana, before I get back to you, I have a couple of texts coming in. It's saying disgraceful. Odi, it's absolutely disgraceful what's happening with the upstate venues that they're having to close their doors. They're closing their doors. And I have Harold on the Facebook. He said, I had a venue for months and it was going to have a steady, great paying gig. And had to close the doors a week before I could even get there. See, it's the venue crisis is killing working musicians. And that's what, I mean, a lot of people will say, oh, well, you're not going there every single day. You're not working every single day, but you're going there quite a bit. You're going to venues quite a bit. And it's paying bills.
Yeah.
A lot of people think that music should be free. No, it shouldn't be. I mean, you're paying someone for their talents. You don't just pick up a guitar and all of a sudden know how to play a guitar. You have to there's a lot of crying at your guitar because you can't get.
Well, you pay your plumber, you know.
You do. You pay your
plumber. You pay for artwork. You pay your hairdresser. You pay people for services, and music is a service.
Mm-hmm.
So, good Lord, that's a whole nother content. That's a whole nother show.
That's a whole nother show out there.
I might have to go shave my head. I'm gonna have to go shave my head.
Well, Dana, listen, thanks so much for coming on with me and highlighting this problem. And I'm not going to leave it. I'm not going to leave it there. I'm not going to let it die down. It's something that.
Well, can I tell you two things that people can do?
Go ahead. Make it quick.
Go to scvenuecrisis.org. A whole list of people that you need to look at to potentially vote for that might have our back.
Okay. Vote
out the incumbents. Look at the dram shop bill. That is what started this. And look at S.533. It's called the SC Justice Act. And it might be able to solve this issue because if it's passed, it's going to allow the court to consider fault by percentage so that it's no longer 100% bar owners that are at fault, but people that are actually causing the crime. Okay, so that's what I need to get out. So now I'm going to go look at my hair situation.
Go look at your hair. Don't shave it. You have lovely locks. Dana Begay, thank you so much for coming on and highlighting the crisis that we're going with at the minute. Dana, I will talk to you very soon. Thanks very much.
All right. Thanks, Odi. Right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So there you have it. There is the crisis. Get out there. Get out into venues. Make sure, thank your venues. Yeah, I play music as well. I do comedy. I'm in those venues. And I've seen the numbers starting to decline a little bit. Now, speaking of numbers declining, Ah, yes. Yes, this is going to be a fun one. So, who is leaving the US after the election? You remember 4 years ago? Remember 4 years ago when Sleepy Joe got into power? No, nobody said we're leaving. They didn't say, oh, well, if Democrats get power, we're going to leave. We're not going to come back. We're just going to be gone forever. I'm going to go through a little list here of people that said that they're going to leave America. I won't. I'll just pick some of the highlights. Bon Jovi. Yeah. Bon Jovi said he's going to leave. Kelly Rowland, Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift is a big one. She said, if Donald gets back in, I'm going to leave. No, as I said before, don't like her music. Nice on the eye though. Bruce Springsteen. I was a little bit shocked about Bruce. I was. John Legend, Billie Eilish, Cardi B, Cher. Oh well. Stevie Wonder. I wouldn't have thought Stevie would want to go. Go to a few actors. Tom Hanks. Well, I mean, a good actor, but stick to acting, Tom. You don't want to be in politics. Robert De Niro, Oprah Winfrey. Well, she can go. Jessica Alba. Yeah. Mel Brooks. Is Mel Brooks still alive? Text in 71307. Mel, if you're still out there and you're listening in, text me or give me a call. Jane Fonda. Ben Stiller. Ben Stiller? Really? Yeah. I don't know. Shall we get to the personalities? I'm just going to say one of the personalities. Whoopi Goldberg. Oh, well, what a big surprise. Ah! But I was surprised about one name that said they were going to be leaving. Are you shocked with that little list again? A couple more. Madonna, Pink, Cardi B. It says the Foo Fighters. Don't know if I'm happy about that. Everybody knows that one of my favorite bands is the Foo Fighters. I do like them. I've seen them quite a few times. Christina Aguilera. Yeah. Snoop Dogg, but they reckon Snoop Dogg is switching back. He's going to stay. But here's the thing. Where are they going to go? Where do you think they're going to go to? I don't know where they're going to go because I've lived pretty much, I think we worked it out. I've lived in pretty much every continent in the world. And, this is probably the best one. A lot of people are saying to me that I need to go back to Ireland, come back there. Irish people are telling me I need to come back to Ireland. Why? I've seen what's happening in Ireland lately. I don't want to go back there. Yeah, this is my home. This is where I belong. This is where I'm very happy. But Jimmy Kimmel, was it Jimmy Kimmel? Jimmy surprised me. Jimmy started crying. Jimmy started crying when he broke into tears because the Donald got back in. Well, now, Jimmy, if you want to leave, I'm just putting this out there. If you want to leave, go ahead. I know an Irish guy that will take your place. Won't interfere with this show. This show is on Sunday nights. Jimmy Kimmel is not on Sunday nights. So if Jimmy wants to leave, I could do it. Can have a chat. I can do a show. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That's fine. On the text line, Common Sense Retirement Planning text line 71307. Where do you do comedy? Well, I've done comedy in lots of places, pretty much all over the world at this stage. But I do it in Greenville. Haven't done it in a while. Need to get back into it. Yeah. When I get back. Yeah. I have something interesting for you. It's all about food. I like my food. Yeah. Hang around. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Harold, yes. Harold, if I get the Jimmy Kimmel show, you can come on the show. 100%. Gatorade. Jin, are you sad because Jimmy Kimmel is like crying or something? Do you like what he does? You're making Jimmy cry. Poor little Jimmy is out there now, and he's just crying his little heart out, crying, having a little cry. He cried at Trump one. He did cry to Trump one. I didn't cry to Trump one. I was quite happy. I woke up. I'm gonna take you back to my house on Wednesday morning. I woke up on Wednesday morning about 5:30, and I checked my phone at about 5:30 and 30 seconds. And I was like, da, 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 da. I was like, oh, and I was like, well, there you go. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Trump 2024, baby. Except it's going to be 2025. There's a lot happening. There's a lot that's going to happen in the next few years. A lot's going to get out there. It'll be good. What is the text line has gone crazy? Oh, yeah. Yeah, what is the crypto doing? I was looking at crypto. What's Bitcoin at? Bitcoin price. Oh, $81,000. $81,000. $81,000. I was bigger yesterday. Oh, it was this morning. It was 81.5. What other Bitcoins? Jin, because Jin is my Bitcoin guy. A Bitcoin guy. What's it been in the last 5 years? What's the? Is it? It's the hot. Is it? It's the highest it's ever been. Oh, well, what's Dogecoin at? You want to look it up for me? You can tell me what Dogecoin's at. Interactive radio boxes. 30 cents. Is that good or bad? I don't know. The legend lives on from the Chippewa down. Oh, okay. Oh, on the stream has been pretty hopping for the last couple of hours. Last hour, they're telling me now that Dogecoin and Bitcoin are at their all-time levels. Bitcoin is now at $81,000. $81,000 for Bitcoin, and Dogecoin is up 30 cents, which is 28% up today. So listen. Lots of good stuff has happened. Lots of good stuff continues to happen. Now, it wouldn't be my show I was going to talk about food. I think I'll talk about food. I'll have a chat about it. No, I won't. I will talk about Saturday Night Live. Okay. Before I do that, I'm going to get to the Common Sense Retirement Planning text line. It says, Odi, hi, this is Mel Gib's parody page. And yeah, naughty, won't be reading that one out. Hey, Odi, all of the celebrities are leaving. Probably, probably because they were on Diddy's list. Now, listen, I did not say that. I didn't say, no. I'm not saying that. But, it's been said to me on a number of occasions that Donald has access to certain lists, and people are not going to be happy when the lists get made public, because Donald will make the list public, and a lot of people are going to be in trouble. There's two lists in particular, and once the lists go public, then there's a lot of people are going to be in trouble. A lot of people are going to be out there. Dexter says, if the price of gold and crypto goes up, does it mean running away from the US dollar? No. So if the price of gold goes up, they're not going to get away. The US dollar is one of the most powerful currencies on the planet. It is. I know that the pound is worth more than it at the minute, but that's probably going to change. They're probably going to hit parity probably soon enough. I think if you're looking at the world's economy, and if you're looking at the all the different currencies, I think you're probably going to see parities kicking in you say a dollar for pound. You might be getting that. Not 100% sure, just something that I've been watching lately. And now that the Donald is back in, could be something. And if you're big into your crypto and all that, well, you could be having a field day as well. But did you see Saturday Night Live last night? Did you see Saturday Night Live? I am absolutely disgusted with Saturday Night Live. I really am. No, I really am. They've turncoated. Everybody's laughing out. You remember last weekend, and I reported about it here last Sunday night, about Kamala Harris being on Saturday Night Live and how they loved her, how they ran up and they wanted to hug her and they wanted to tell her that she was the best in the world ever. She was amazing. Wow. And now Saturday Night Live were all about Donald Trump last night. All about him. They were all about Elon Musk. But Elon Musk was not laughing along with the Saturday Night crew live last night. He was calling them out for being sore losers after Dana Carvery, remember Dana, he was in Wayne's World many, many years ago, impersonated him on the show. So here's the deal. During the Saturday Night Live cold open, cast members pledged their undying allegiance to Donald Trump, claiming that they had, listen to this, claiming that they had always supported him. No. Listen here, Mr. Man in the Public. No, we never supported the Democrats. We were always behind Donald J. Trump because, well, he's going to be the boss now, and and we're going to get Alec Baldwin, and we're going to get him back on, and he's going to be amazing, and he's going to be portraying the part of Donald Trump because Donald Trump is amazing. Cop yourselves on, will you? We know that. We've always been behind Donald. You haven't. From the get-go, as soon as you realized that there was a Democrat in the White House, remember that back 4 years ago, you started taking the ripping heck out of Donald Trump. Straight away. Then you were, okay, you took the mickey out of, what's his name? Joe Biden. You did. You took it out of him. But it was, no. Don't do that. And you've been called out by Elon now. I wonder, are they going to do anything else? Well, apparently the part of Elon, they found it funny, the whole thing, how salty the performers seemed about last year's election, laughing at how mad they are now that Trump won the second term. Now, look, Elon, he's a massive supporter of the 45th and the soon-to-be 47th president of the United States because, well, he's there. He's there. He's just look. He's been given the keys. He just hasn't put it into the door yet. He's getting there. Stick to your guns. I would appreciate if Saturday Night Live came out and they had said, well, we're not happy. We're not happy. If they had come out and said that, I'd actually, I'd respect them a little bit more. But they didn't come out. They were like, oh, we love Donald because and we've always loved him. No, we have. No. All them times that we were, joking about and how terrible he is and all the bad stuff he's done. No. That was just being funny. That was just being hilarious. But then again, a lot of people have said to me that Saturday Night Live has died a horrible death and it's never going to come back from the death that it's died because it's not actually funny. And that's what I've heard. I haven't watched it in so long. I really haven't. But then again, I don't ever think that it was really that funny. I really don't. When I come back, I'm going to be chatting about food. It's one of my favorite things to talk about is food. Anybody on the stream, you'll see that Odi likes his food. On the stream as well, they're saying that Saturday Night Live hasn't been funny since the 90s. It hasn't. You're listening to News Talk 98.9 WORD. This is the voice of the Carolinas. Never saw Mad TV. I know there was people telling me to look at it a few times, but I never actually saw Mad TV. Oh, it's going to be raining tonight. It's going to be raining tomorrow. It's going to be cold tomorrow as well. Yeah, 10% chance of rain tomorrow. Not looking forward to that. If you're listening back in Ireland, hello, Ireland people. What's the weather doing back there? Well, you can't tell me because you're going to be watching this. I know of some people in particular that are going to be listening back to this not live. Because remember, you can watch this not live. And if there's any shows that you missed, we can go back over them and you can check them on there. It'll be late enough when I'm getting home, Jen. And I'm in my truck as well. So, I'm safe in my truck. It's high up off the ground. Not ridiculously high, and it's not crouching because I don't do that. No, they can't drive. I've loads left of a minute and a half. California love. I don't care. I still like Snoop Dogg. I do. I like Snoop. Snoopy Dog. Yes, I know. I breathe heavy. Well, see, there's something about me, and I'm in the process of getting ready to correct it. It's the whole man boobage thing that's going on, and the gut. There's a lot more of Odie now than there was a few years ago. So I'm going to work on that. Really going to work on that. Going to get rid of all that. And yeah. Coming up in the next segment, food. It's all about food. Let me know on the stream. Let me know your favorite food. Whether it's, I don't care if it's a hamburger. It's just what way is your favorite way to get it cooked? What way is your favorite? I'm going to be talking about that on the stream now and again in a second, or on air. So you can chat about that. And if you're watching back, why weren't pizza? Yeah, I love pizza. If you weren't watching back, then why weren't you listening live? When it was all live and live and live. I like being live. Radio time. Speaking of the Common Sense Retirement Planning text line, 71307. Oh, music came in all of a sudden. I'm going to talk about food in this. This is my last segment of the night. It's a 2-hour show, last segment. If you weren't here to start, where were you? Why were you not here? I want you to text in your favorite food. 100% favorite food. The food that you could eat every single day. If you're watching on the stream, I remember during the stream or during the ad breaks, I stay live on the stream. So if you're watching on the stream, or if you just want to see what an Irishman looks like, maybe you haven't seen an Irishman before, and you're curious as to what 33 1/3 sounds like when he says it, and when what it looks like when he says it, you can get us on the WRD Facebook page, and of course Odi Fitzgerald on that, and Odrin Fitzgerald on the YouTube channel. So text in your very favorite food. What food you could eat every single day of your life, or what food you just won't get tired of. It can be anything. Anything. Shock me, surprise me. I want to hear it. You have the power. Tell me what it is. But talking about that, do you think that food challenges should be a thing of the past? Now, when I'm talking about food challenges, I'm talking about, you remember the show Man v Food? Not sure if it's still there, but the host of that, Adam, well, he had to stop doing it because, well, as I was talking about during the ad break on the stream, he got a little bit heavy, a little bit rotund, put on a lot of weight from eating a substantial amount of food because he used to try a lot of the challenges. I don't have that problem. I just like to eat. I don't particularly like to exercise. So, American food is fantastic. 100%. Barbecue down here in the South, barbecue is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Now, someone is just after texting into the show a spoiler. Okay? There's a show that starts, no, I'm not even going to say it, but they've texted in a spoiler. And I think you need to put yourself in the bold person corner, because that's one of my favorite shows. And you've just spoiled it for me, because I won't get to see it for a while because it's not on Peacock for another while yet. Thank you very much. That's just, people like you. But you can stay listening because I still love you. I didn't spoil it that much. The Man v Food. Remember that? Yeah. Do you think that there should no longer be Man v Foods? Do you think that there should no longer be food challenges? Going into a restaurant and getting a 60-ounce steak? It's gluttony. I know there is quite a lot of people here in South Carolina, in Georgia, North Carolina, top of Florida, and they are strong believers in the Bible. One of the big ones is gluttony. That's frowned upon. And to me, that is like, gluttony is a sin. Because there's so many people out there who are going to go to bed hungry tonight. They are 100%. There is a lot of people out there who are going to go to bed hungry tonight. Should you really be like, when you go to a store, I'm not ashamed to admit it, I've gone to McDonald's. If I'm a little bit hungry, not overly hungry, and I'll go and I'll get myself some food. I won't order loads. But then there's people who go in and they order like 40 chicken nuggets. You don't need to eat that many. You don't. You don't need to. Moderation, everything in moderation is absolutely fine. I just, and I seriously, I want to know your thoughts on this. Do you think that the food challenges, eat 100 chicken wings with super hot spicy on them, or, eat a pizza that's big enough for 4 people, eat it on your own, or eat a pizza that's big enough for 10 people, eat it with you and your 4 friends. And the thing that sparked this for me was that there is a fish and chip shop in the UK, and they have a challenge. I think it's the family challenge, except it's for one person, where you have to eat 3 servings of haddock, which is a fish, and 3 servings of French fries or chips, fish and chips. And you've got 30 minutes to do it. And it costs £30, 30 English pounds, which is about maybe $40, $45. I don't see the point in wanting to do that. I don't see the need in wanting to do that. And I know I've talked about it before. I've talked about, competitive eating. Have you ever taken part in competitive eating? Let me know. Common Sense Retirement Planning text line 71307. Have you ever taken part in it? Have you ever gone to, you go to the fair and there's people and they have to eat a pie in a certain amount of time, or they have to eat as many hot dogs as they can in 10 minutes or whatever length of time it is. I don't think it should be there. Like, as I was saying, the guy that was in Man v Food, Adam, I think his name was, he stopped. He had to stop. Adam Richman, he had to stop because he had developed sleep apnea. And sleep apnea is not just snoring. It's not. It's you stop breathing in the middle of the night. You stop breathing. It is a serious medical condition in which your breathing stops and then it starts again while you're asleep. That's kind of not good for you. It's kind of not. I had a friend of mine who suffered from sleep apnea, and doctors said to him, you need to get a healthier lifestyle because what you're doing is not good for you. But speaking of that, on the text line, we've got a lot of spaghettis, lots of spaghettis. We got pizzas. Let me go to the stream. What do we got there? Pizza. Another person on the stream says, I did the hot dog eating contest when I was a teen and I won. But they then go on to say, but I regretted it moments later. I'm going to say that it came back again. You saw it again. Somebody said, Odi, what would you eat if you could every day? I would eat steak. I like steak. I like a nice steak. I wouldn't eat it every day because it's not good for you to eat it every day, but I would eat it every day. Somebody else said that the meat lovers thin crust. Okay. On the text line, chicken wings and chili dogs. Oh yeah, I know what they are. Chicken wings. Not a big fan of chicken wings. Yeah, no. I've said it. I've come out and said it. I'm not a big fan of them. Lots of people said that. On my own text line, pints of Guinness. Somebody just texted me in. It's a friend of mine from back in Ireland. I don't know what they're doing. So it's like 2:00 in the morning over there now, and they're saying I would eat pints of Guinness every single day. And anybody that's wondering, yes, there is, as we say in Ireland, there is eating and drinking in pints of Guinness. But speaking of Ireland, because we're talking about it now, well, I'm talking about it. I'm out there. I'm going to let you in on a little secret, little food secret. Now, you can tell me if you want to try this or not. Get me on the text line. It's a thing called coddle. All right? Coddle. I think that's how you pronounce it or spell it. Coddle. It is mashed potatoes. Okay, it's kind of a stew. It's mashed potatoes. And it's finely chopped up cabbage. And you'll put a little bit of carrots into it. I'll put some barley seeds into it as well. And you will put some pork sausages into it, and you stir it all up, and it's like a slow cook. It's like the same as you'd cook stew. Now you won't put the mashed potatoes into the pot as well. Put the mashed potatoes into the bowl, and then you pour the stew over it. and it's called Coddle. You can put I think you can put onions into it as well. But that is, it's coming into the colder season. It's coming into the time where it's a little bit chillier, a little bit colder outside. It's in the 50s there tonight. It's not ridiculously warm outside. It's jacket season. It's what's it, pumpkin spice? That season is definitely here. All the pumpkin spice girls going around. Coddle could be something that you could try. Give it a try. Try and get some pork sausages if you can, and put it all together. Look it up online. Look up Coddle online. On the text line, sorrel soup. Never tried it. Might do. Japanese pot stickers. Pot stickers? Is that the hot pots? Dr. Jordan Patterson eats steak every day. Strict carnivore due to debilitating food allergies. I don't know. I don't know if I could eat it every day. It would be between steak and pizza, probably. Yeah, I'd eat steak and pizza. Do you know what I actually do with my pizzas? Some of the pizzas you buy in the store, they may not have everything that you want on it. But what I like to do is I like to get some more shredded mozzarella, and I like to put that onto the pizza. But before I do, I chop up some hot dogs. Chop up hot dogs nice and fine. Maybe 2, maybe 3 hot dogs. Chop them up, put them onto the pizza. Cover it over with cheese. Stick it in the oven. Extra couple of minutes in the oven. It's a thicker pizza. It's nice. Yeah, it's good. And then take it out. Chop it up into 6 pieces, because I'm never really hungry enough to eat 8. So yeah, I chop the whole pizza into 6 pieces. Not hungry enough for the 8. And down the hatch it goes. On the text line, coddle sounds great. It's like an Irish shepherd's pie. Well, shepherd's pie is Irish. Shepherd's pie is good. I like the shepherd's pie. Really do. Somebody else says on the stream, chicken and dumplings. Chicken and dumplings is good. Now, if you want me to, I will give you another recipe for something else that's nice and tasty next week. I'm still currently finishing off the last of my deer. Shot a deer last year. Haven't shot a deer yet. Did go out hunting a couple of times, and I didn't get one yet. I saw the one that I want to get, but I didn't quite get him yet. A nice deer. But yes, I will most definitely give out another recipe next week. 100%. I'll do a little bit of cooking. We'll get some nice out for you. I'll be back next Saturday night with Lonzo and the guys. We're going to have a little bit of fun, as we always do on the Upstate Pulse. Wasn't there last night. Ironically, it was something I ate. Yeah, I wasn't happy about that. But unfortunately, these things happen. And of course, I'll be back here next week on your Sunday night. Stay tuned. Joey's on in the morning, 5 o'clock. Then you got Tara and the rest of the lineup. I will talk to you next week. Slán Awalia. Bye. And that is how we do that. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Thanks, everybody, for the texts, everything that's all there. Blah, 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 blah. Thank you. Right. See you later, guys.